To welcome to Rolls of Redemption, where we redeem your Monday one roll at a time. Grab your snack. I don't have. Oh, I do have a snack. Grab your drink of choice. I don't have a drink, and let's get rolling. Hello, hello.
Hello,
Been a little bit.
friends. It has
Happy
been.
Tuesday. I did say. I said
Yeah,
Monday in the kickoff, didn't I? Force of habit.
that's all right.
You know,
I think everyone knows what's going on.
as much as we're going to. And
Exactly.
if wherever the go live is, we're not doing Moonstone Caverns. You know, that's I don't have
Look,
control
I'm
of the
just
go
happy we're
live.
here.
It's
We
fine.
get to do this, so
We're just happy to be here. Yeah.
right.
So last we met our
Demise.
foolish adventurers. Yes, demise happened. We found Ray and Phineas both in death saves, and we dramatically faded to black because Ray, in particular, was getting an offer from a god that they didn't know how they wanted to resolve. So, would you, Ray, like to fill us in on how all of that went?
So it took me a solid 2 weeks to figure out what Ray was gonna do. Yeah, I went back and forth constantly, but eventually landed on it wouldn't be keeping with her oaths to put on the necklace. And she had no reason to think that Phineas had survived. So her decision was to reject Loki and just pass. I mean, thankfully, I rolled really well on my death saves, so I didn't actually die. But
There's that.
Yeah, and Phineas came much closer after on stream having 2 successful death saving throws. He went 0
Went
for
0 for 2
3.
on my next one.
Yeah, and had to expend most of your lucky points just to
Yeah.
stay in the game.
Yeah, it was not pretty. It was
No.
not pretty.
But it happened.
But we made it.
So, yeah. What I'm going to need from each of you now is I need you to roll me 1d4.
all right.
So this is going to see how many hours pass until you regain consciousness, and see which of you regains consciousness first.
Yikes.
Okay.
There is an absolute maniac kitten with me tonight.
Nope.
Absolute maniac.
2.
1.
All right. So Ray, you sleep for 2 hours before you become conscious. Phineas, you will be unconscious when Ray wakes up.
That tracks.
I guess this question is going to be for Kat. What is no longer part of your inventory? You can choose to give up the necklace you were holding or your quiver.
I'll give up the necklace. That is fine.
Phineas, same question. You can give up your cloak, your boots, or your spell book.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah. Yep, those were the top 3 obvious, losses. The cloak's definitely not going. I want to see how pissed the Ulrichsons are when I don't come back with these boots.
Shit.
Which were also our escape plan, I think, although I used some charges on them, so maybe not.
I think we were gonna feather fall down the mountain.
Oh, we did talk about that. All right. Well, I am removing the boots of the Winter Wolves from my inventory. Sorry, Ada. This is what happens when you loan things out to people who decide going up an undead mountain is a good use of their time.
Ray, you wake up right next to the altar. Your hands are folded across your chest. They've been folded for you because this is not a typical traditional way that you sleep. And as you open your eyes, you see darkness for a moment, and then you kind of think, like, are you staring at an eclipse? And then you realize that there are circles pressed over your eyes. So you effectively can't actually see anything, but it is still daytime. And you are muted.
Yeah. What do I hear?
Make me a perception check. That's a great question.
That'll be a 6. I'm a little groggy.
You hear the wind whistling,
Okay.
and that's it. There's no obvious movements. You don't hear the sound of fire burning. You don't hear the sound of Phineas screaming. You just hear wind.
And that is no different than it felt before, than I heard before, correct?
As you pause and just kind of reminisce, that was kind of when you spent those 10 minutes like waiting for him to finish ritual casting, detect magic, and you were just kind of peacefully up here. Yeah, you didn't hear the fire burning. It was just this whistling, this breezing.
I'm gonna see if I can twitch one of the circles on my eyes off.
All right, would you like in athletics a sleight of hand or acrobatics? How do you foresee this happening?
I mean, listen, I would love to do athletics because that's a pretty damn good bonus. But if we're being honest, it's probably actually a sleight of hand.
All right, then let's get that sleight of eyelid. How good can you wink?
18, apparently.
All right. Yeah, so you get it to slide over. Do you want it all the way off, or are you just trying to get enough to kind of get some bearings?
I'll take enough to get some bearings.
All right, you rolled well enough that you were able to do a controlled wink. The light kind of takes your eye by surprise as you refocus, and you can see the rigid edges of what appears to be a copper coin.
Okay.
And you're just staring up at the sky on your back. You can, out of the corner of your vision, without moving your head or jostling anything, you kind of roll your eye around, and you can just slightly peek that you're what you assume is still the altar. So you're probably still near where you fell.
Is my equipment on me still?
Give me a Constitution check.
Just like a straight con check?
A straight con.
10.
That's good enough. You kind of like do this like once over of your body. Just this mental like flexing of your muscles, trying to feel everything. In doing so, you feel the cuts and the slices pieces, you realize that you are at death's door.
Okay.
That you have not been healed. You're just alive. And you're still in your armor.
Okay.
You're definitely equipped. But again, your hands are empty.
Do I see?
All you can see with the coin mostly on your eye is sky, and a little bit to your left, the altar.
And there's nothing else moving in the area.
Not in your like monocular vision straight up.
Nanocular? It's not even a full
Right.
monocular.
Right.
I am going to turn my head and let the coins fall, but I'm gonna try and do it silently.
All right, give me a stealth check.
6.
Well, they indeed fall. One of them clinks upon your armor. The other one fully just starts rolling down the steps of the dais, and you just hear ching, ding, ding, ding. Feel free to clip that Foley work. That was C-tier sound effects right there.
Exactly.
And looking to your right, you can see down the dais, about 15 feet away from you, maybe like at the very bottom step, is a pile of bones.
Okay.
The flame is extinguished. The skull seems to be separated from the body. But the one arm is still clutching the other arm. Though the grip has loosened, just kind of seems to have fallen there. Other than that, everything is as you remember it. And there's no movement.
Well, I'm gonna stand up and walk around.
All right. As you do so, it hurts. It hurts real bad. You really haven't died before.
Yeah, no. Might have gotten close before, but not quite this close.
You died so good you met a god and rejected him.
Yeah, I did.
And that is the first thing that you notice. The necklace that you had originally, like as you're falling, place of your head is gone.
Okay. And it's not back on the altar?
It's not on the altar. It's just nowhere.
Okay.
Standing up takes some effort. You can't
Do I
help
have
but
like 1 HP or something?
You literally have 1 hit point.
Okay. Cool. Let me just do that. So that I can stop looking at death saves.
Yeah. And just a few steps further and you can spy Phineas laying over the edge on the ground. Or at least you see his robes, his cloak.
I'm gonna go check on him.
You see him in this same pose, arms folded and 2 copper coins on his eyes, and he's not moving.
What are the coins? Are they common coins? Are they uncommon coins?
Give me a religion or history.
Yeah, they're both the same. All right, we'll go with religion. 11.
You would know this is like a Norse, Greek. It's definitely some sort of burial ritual.
Okay.
Yeah, that whatever folded up your arms
Thought we were dead.
thought you were dead or left you for dead, but gave you, a 3-second burial rite. Nothing amazing or sacred, but maybe they thought it would ward off this necrotic curse, or maybe it was an attunement to the curse. You'd really have to find and do some research to understand, was it the magic here?
Or was it something else?
Right. You did experience sentient undead.
And like other people, we know for a fact that other people have died here and
Mhm.
have been buried, right?
Correct.
So it would stand to reason that it's not the magic of the place. For all Ray would know.
Yeah.
There weren't copper coins on the altar, were there?
No.
And I didn't see any when I visited Loki, right?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go take the coins off Phineas's eyes.
In doing so, you feel on the palm of your hand as you remove them a very shallow breath.
I'm sorry, say that again. I feel a what?
Shallow breath from his nostrils.
The cat knocked the cleaner off the windows and then proceeded to hiss at it because it startled her.
Valid reaction.
Yeah. But I couldn't hear what you said.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and heal us both. I'll give each of us 5 points.
All right. Phineas, your nap ends very suddenly.
We each have 6 points of health. Yeah.
He doesn't even have a whole 6.
At 5? Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
5. Your breath catches, and you start awake as if waking from sleep apnea kind of level sleep. Your eyes adjust and find sleep.
Wow, you finished. I'm looking around for any remains of the creatures we're fighting. You finished them off.
I finished off the creepy one, but Skeleton Man there just did that on his own.
Oh, the skeleton wasn't the creepy one. Oh, okay. Wait. So,
Correct.
Hold on. So he just walked away?
Sorry, trying to mute and unmute myself is complicated. I'm pretty sure that's the fiery skeleton right there.
Oh. Wait. Not on fire anymore?
Not on fire anymore and not in full skeletal form anymore.
Okay. And Phineas is gonna get to his feet and just kind of stagger.
So bad.
Yeah.
Phineas has never in his life hurt as much as he hurts right now.
I'd say this is the training that I had, the combat training I had to do, but this is so much worse than that. All right. Okay, give me a minute.
Ray,
Are we
you start
walking?
looking at Phineas as he hobbles over, and you realize he's got some pretty gnarly scarring from the burns.
Okay.
Nathan, I'm going to leave that up to you, how much sticks and what it looks like.
Okay.
So
I will. We'll find out when Phineas wakes up from an actual rest how much of it is still there. But Phineas, one of the first things Phineas does notice is, oh shit! Did I God, did I pack another pair of shoes? Oh. Oh, this is gonna be really annoying. They start rummaging through his bag to see. I probably kept the pair of shoes that I had somewhere in the bag. I probably didn't just like toss them.
Let's
Wasn't
say, did you
expecting to
offer
need
your
them
fancy
again.
boots once upon a time?
Oh,
I think you had other shoes.
I think I had other shoes. They may not be
Ooh.
the best hiking boots or anything, but what what kind of a creep would steal someone's shoes?
I'm pretty sure a god would.
Wait, I'm so,
Did you
what?
not have an encounter with Loki?
Phineas is uncharacteristically at a loss for words.
I'm gonna take that as a no.
Hold on, you said Loki?
Yes, the god of mischief
Trickery and lies.
and trickery and lies.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I was out cold. I didn't have a single thought or vision or anything in my head over that time. I was so out, which is weird because usually I have dreams all the time.
I mean, I also was pretty well out at the end there. I'm pretty sure I only saw Loki because I basically died.
Okay, well then I guess that makes the both of us,
But we didn't die,
but we didn't.
and
Okay.
somebody moved our bodies to lay as we were.
Are there any footprints around?
Give me an investigation check.
12.
Just yours, Ray's, and the skeletons.
Okay. Well, okay. All right. Can we at least walk and talk? I
Yeah.
know this is gonna suck,
It feels.
but we should probably not waste time here unless we get killed again.
I almost want to look at the altar and see if anything has changed, but I fear we may involve ourselves in something worse than we just encountered.
Okay. Well, we're gonna be going slow anyway, so let's keep an eye out. Let's keep a careful eye out and not run into anything again, because I'm pretty sure a stiff breeze could knock me over at this point.
Is it possible to bring Sadie back?
Not for another hour, and not while I'm walking, and
Okay.
it's complicated. The magic has to magic, and we don't have an hour to sit around.
No, we do not.
Wow, I sound nothing like myself. Hold on. Okay, yeah, let's try. All right. Ask me another question. I'm ready.
Do you recognize these coins?
History?
14.
These seem to be out of the 4 coins that Ray has now. 3 of them are not from this continent, and one of them is pretty old. It's not one you recognize, but that also kind of rules it out from any of the current monies in circulation.
Do the other 3 all seem to be from the same continent or separate continents?
2 you would know to be kind of from a faraway continent, and they have the same stamp on them, so
Okay.
it's not necessarily something you know. But the other one, somewhere you've never really been or researched just because of its distance.
Okay. He particularly takes and turns over the really old one and pockets it. And is like, these are. You don't mind? I'm very curious about this because this is a very very old one. This has been around for, well, hasn't been around rather for many, many years. And I'm sure it will be of great, well, maybe some historical interest at least. The others are from far, far from here, so the average traveler wouldn't have them running around. It wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense for you to bring coins all this way. You exchange them where they're good for something, because eventually you get to the point that people don't recognize them, don't understand what their value is, and they just become worthless.
I'm gonna cut you off for a second. Are you telling me that these coins are older than the curse on these lands?
Probably. Well, this one.
What about the others?
The others are just from far away, and
You're not able to
curiosity of their own.
necessarily tell the age of the others just
Yeah,
from the printing on them.
Hard to say, but I know they're not from around here, which is a curiosity in and of itself.
Interesting.
I feel better.
All right. Well, we keep walking.
Let's go.
I say, are you planning to short rest, or are you walking and then resting, or just getting up as high as you can before the sun sets?
How long do we have until the sun sets?
A few more hours. Like,
Right.
you're on the cusp. If you had taken like the full 4 or 5 hours worth of unconscious napping, you would not be making it before sunset.
Okay.
Right now, you've got a chance.
I think we ought to try to get to the top before sunset.
Agreed, unfortunately.
Okay. I'm trying to think if I have anything that's going to help us avoid running into things, but I can be kind of constantly ritual casting detect magic, but I don't think that's actually going to help me that much.
Seems
Hold
unlikely.
Hold on. Phineas pulls out well, okay, so I'm casting augury. I'm trying to remember what this looks like. I feel like I had a deck of cards, maybe. I'm trying to remember what this looked like. Oh no, we use the cloak as the focus for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Just give me like 10 minutes, and Phineas just pulls the cloak over his head. Is like, is it a good idea? Is it a good idea to climb the mountain right now without any rest? So this is gonna be a 10-minute process.
That seems fair.
All right. Your world kind of spins while you're inside your cloak, and you watch the constellations move and twirl, and you see time pass forward and then pass backwards, as if evaluating your question against all of the histories and the future possibilities. And your specific question was,
is it a bad idea to go up the mountain without resting first?
It's a very nebulous question.
that's a hard question
Okay.
to answer with good feeling, bad feeling, or no feeling.
Am I going to die if I go up to the top of the mountain without getting a decent rest first?
And I'm going to give you the answer, and then we'll figure out how the magic tells it to you.
Okay.
The answer is kind of a I'm sorry, it's just such a interesting thing. Are you going to die? Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna get the wheel and woe, aren't I? The good and bad.
Yeah. Yeah, you are, just because of how the question is phrased. So
I'm gonna have to get better at this.
what it comes down, your sight kind of mingles to two constellations. One is the wolf circling up after its prey, and the other is the archer circling around after the wolf. Um, so you can see like time is of the essence, but going unprepared would leave you vulnerable.
That didn't help me at all. Okay. I'm still
You
getting
want
the
to give
hang
me
of
an
that
insight
one.
check, and I'll see if I can explain a little more.
Like, objectively, that makes sense. Wow, that's not helpful. That's a 5. That's fine.
It's hard to determine if you are the archer in the scenario or if you are the wolf.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, maybe we should take a quick actual nap. Or well, I guess a short rest doesn't technically need to be a nap. It's just
No,
kind of chill hour.
exactly.
We'll be
Sit
able
on
to
the
move
cooler, pop a
faster.
couple brewskis.
Yeah, we'll be able to move faster after we've been not dying for an hour, I think. So,
I suppose that makes sense.
So
all right.
you're about 20, 30 minutes up the path. Right here is a very simple section. There's maybe about 10 feet wide of path to follow before the cataclysmic drop off. Um, and it's a fairly straight shot. So camping here leaves you completely exposed, but leaves no opportunity for anyone to sneak up on you.
I'll take that.
Yeah, that seems acceptable.
Okay, dice.
All right.
Okay, hit
Um,
dice. Don't. I assume I can roll my hit dice now.
Yeah. Did you use your do you need to flash recall or anything?
I don't think I used it. I used my charge of foresight for the day.
Yeah. I would use a when you finish a short rest, you can do arcane recovery.
Ah. That'll be nice. Okay. So let's take my second level slot back.
Yeah, Cat, everything I'm seeing on yours seems to be a long rest.
Yeah.
10 plus 2 is 12. That would put me at 17. Let's do another one for good measure. Hey, that's a 6. Good job, hit dice. I'm so proud of you. That's another 8 is 25. That puts me at 25 on my 27.
I took 3 hit dice and I'm at 26 out of my total of 38.
Do you want to do another one? And are you adding your Constitution modifier to those rolls?
My D&D Beyond said 1d10 plus 2.
Yep, that sounds right.
Okay, cool. Oh, sure, I'll do another. Five, 10, 16, 18, no, 22.
So that should actually. Oh no, that puts me at full 27. Good job.
Hey, look at that.
I'm at 34 now.
Very respectable.
I always hate going over half of my used hit dice, but in this case, probably for the best.
Probably for the best.
So it's nice to have them all, but that's what you have them all for.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And which spell slot are you getting back, Phineas?
I only had expended a second level slot apparently,
Nice.
so I took that one back.
Yeah, rather than resources, you guys paid with hit points.
Yeah, she did. I mean, I honestly used a decent amount of. I used almost all of my smites.
Yeah, that's true. You're down to one spell slot.
Hello, Mystic.
I am
All
going
right.
to ritual cast chaos weapon as we go, so I haven't.
Baby.
Beep, 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 beep. Psh, 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 psh.
A
All right.
baby.
10 minutes later, you summon your little spark of chaos from the ether, and the two of you pick up your journey. Let me get a survival check.
Is the answer rough good enough?
9.
I got a 12.
12. You're following along, and you start to realize there's not even shambles here. Most of the time, you'd seen some sort of evidence that the undead had passed. Here, there's no evidence of anyone passing. And the sun starts its rapid decline in the distance as you kind of round a bend and you get this beautiful view to the left. You can see the top of the mountain. To your right, you can see the valley below, the forest beyond, and what your imagination just kind of starts piecing together of the horizon as the sea that's obviously impossible to see because it's hundreds of miles away, but still you can imagine that from here you could see this entire land, just this rich valley that the Norse people have owned and inhabited for thousands of years. And that whatever this tower once was overlooked all of that, and you can kind of get this majesty moment of, yeah, maybe this is why they buried their dead here under this great tower on this view. It just has this calling,
Okay.
this beauty, and this silence, because as you turn your heads back and look at the empty mountaintop, you see the Jotunlands behind. You see the very tall, sparse, devastated peaks that make up the rest of this mountain range. Snow on some of the taller ones. Many of them just this same rocky, barren landscape that you're in for as far as you can see to the east. And you know there are dangers there. You know giants live there. You know that goblins are, supposed to have come through. So this is it. This point where you stand is the end of safe civilization.
Okay. Interesting.
All right.
And so we have all that in front of us, right? What does behind us look like?
you turn and look down, and you see this narrow, winding path that quickly, you've been walking it for hours. It comes and goes as you kind of take the time to crane your neck around and peer down the side, and you see it peek out here. You can see it peek out there. You're not on the side of the mountain that specifically had the shrine where
Okay.
you died, and you're not looking straight down upon the ruins. You feel like you'd probably have to go over to that side a little more if you wanted to go and see the city below, if it was even possible to make out
Okay.
from this height.
Okay.
Interesting. So the unsafe area is what we're looking at. That's beautiful.
All of it's beautiful in its own unique way.
Okay. Ma'am, could you get off of my
Well,
desk? Yes.
well, you
What's
know,
your marching order?
always adventure ahead.
I think I'll go first.
Probably
You do
for
have
the
the hit
best.
points.
Ma'am, fingers are not food.
Renewing your effort for the last 15 or 20 minutes of this hike, Ray leads you on, shield up, or maybe not shield up, weapons out, and you continue to notice no one's been here. Uh, this area is just empty, desolate, and untouched. Um, but you start to feel the magic as you're kind of crest around this last little bend and hill and find yourself staring at the plateau, the mountaintop. There in front of you is a mostly rubble path just because of the storm and the wind. Anything that's here is rock or sheer flat rock, having been blown smooth by the weathering of the thousands of years. You could shoot a bow and hit the base of this tower if you wanted to. But seeing it in person, Phineas, you have a very, very different reaction than
Absolutely
seeing
not.
it through the telescope. Um,
This is a
you don't
dice
even
leader. She
you don't
is a
even
criminal.
need your detect magic active. You can just channel almost the raw necrotic and forbidden magic that sits here. This is the seat of this magic. This is the seat and the focus of power over death, power over whatever the forbidden allowed, whether it's writing the future or rewriting the past, the things that you watch the rune carver do that just don't fit in the fabric of time.
Do I feel that too?
You feel a very different sense of holiness.
Okay.
You feel your symbol of the ancients isn't glowing.
Okay.
It's vibrating. You feel like almost a physical tremor in your skin as it's responding to being here.
Is it responding?
Doesn't hurt.
Does it seem to be in reverence? Does it seem to be uncomfortable? Like, is it giving
Insight
me
check.
vibes? Insight? Okay.
Yeah.
$16?
It seems to just kind of be almost like a locator spell. It's pinging. So it's not in fear, it's not in reverence, it's not in danger. It's just like calls to like. It's an affinity.
Is it vibrating more when I hold it in a certain direction?
It's not. It's just having this reaction.
Okay.
You know how you hold magnets above pencil shreds and they just kind of all stand up
Mhm.
on their end?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay.
Do you feel that, Ray?
There's definitely something.
It's,
My magic
it's,
symbol is reacting in some way, but I can't quite figure out how or why.
Sanya just kind of holds his hand out. It's almost as if the magic wants to be cast around here.
I think
It's,
that would track with what I'm feeling.
I don't now even know where I would begin, and perhaps we've mingled enough with death for one day.
I am gonna repost in the stream chat with spoilers the image of the tower base
Okay.
that stands again, bow shot away from you.
Should
Oh,
we go stand in it?
So Phineas, you remember seeing it under the moonlight, and sigils were revealed. What you had discerned as a teleportation circle.
right. I. Hmm. It's getting dark out at this point,
Yeah, you
right?
probably have 10 to 20 minutes before the sun is gone and the moon begins to
Okay.
rise.
Let us use whatever light we have yet to get our bearings on the tower. I would like to see a fresh light of day, but
Um,
I don't think we should set up camp on the base itself. I don't know what could come or may come from that circle. I'd rather not be on it.
would it be useful for me to determine if it was hallowed or desecrated in some capacity?
You you ought to try. You ought to try.
All right, I'm going to use one of my channel divinities then.
Nice. What does it look? You know what? Can we do a bio break and then I'll have you describe what Ray looks like? Because I
Sounds
know
Sure.
good.
Atreus had a very specific aspect when he would use his channel divinity. So I'm going to give you a 5-minute bio break to come up with a description of that. We'll be back in 5 minutes. So if you need a
Sounds good.
refill on a drink or a snack, now's a great time.
Alrighty. We
Sounds
will
good.
see you soon. 2. And we're back. Hello.
Hi.
You know, it did occur to me reading, looking at your reaction to Janine's "This is why we can't have nice things." Someone has nice things. The question is who?
Uh-huh.
Yep. And you left all the evidence of who it might have been down the mountain.
Whoops. Anyway. We looked around. We
Maybe
didn't
you'll
do
find out
very
one day.
well.
Maybe you won't.
Well, don't forget, we have the ability to scry for them now because he's seen them.
It's true.
That's true.
Was literally
Does
my
scrying
first
exist
thought.
right now?
Well,
Only through your scrolls. And I don't know if you have another one.
That's a good question. Phineas's tracker scrolls. Because putting
All right, well, you
individual
look that
scrolls
up.
in D&D and beyond is a pain in the neck.
What does Kai, not Kai, Kai's dead ish.
no, Kai's a god, it's fine.
Kai's retired. There we go. What does Ray look like when she uses her divine sense?
Side note, I definitely picture Kai as like taking over Loki's role when like Loki's ready to retire.
Oh, I'm sure.
So she puts her hand out because it's on my palm.
Back of the palm? Something like that, yeah.
Okay, well then I'm gonna put my hand out like palm up. And the insignia glows like a bright light.
The tower almost kind of manifests in front of you as you just look around, and the area is, first off, there's no one dead in your immediate vicinity. There are no fiends. There's no extraplaners. It's just the two of you, and things that are of this world.
Okay.
The ground here is hallowed.
Interesting. Remind me, this is the first tower we've actually been to, right?
Correct. I mean, Phineas has been to one, but he didn't know that.
And he wouldn't have thought to look and see if it was hallowed or not. So I can't tell if that's like
standard or not.
Yeah. What do I notice anything necrotic at all? I don't know that I would, but
That's not what this does.
okay.
Yeah.
It's hallowed, Phineas.
I wonder by who or why. No. Halloween and necrotic just didn't go together naturally in my head, I suppose. But you learn something new every day.
I wonder if it is natural. Like, I wonder if the hallowing is what's causing the necrotic. Wouldn't that be interesting? Rob, you said I see like a spectral tower.
No, you're like your tower kind of almost the light as it glows almost forms a tower.
Oh, okay. That makes way more sense. I was like, oh, there's a spectral tower here. Interesting.
No, there's nothing here.
I mean, it's possible it was hallowed before the necrotic damage took place. It's also possible that as a place, as the seat of forbidden magic, it is holy in its own way.
Yes. I mean, the magic is obviously very powerful here.
Do we see any? Do I see any like symbols or anything around the base that like stand out?
Not from here.
Okay. I wasn't sure with the spell.
We ought to go investigate the teleportation circle, see whether it's been used. I don't know if I can tell. Everything's so flat on here. Any evidence of people may have been windswept off in the meantime. Not that there's a whole lot of evidence that anyone's been here in a while.
Well, there's also no evidence of any undead in the area. I would have seen it, I'm sure of it.
Well, yes, we ought to go investigate the base of the tower and then figure out the best place to set up camp for the evening.
Tell me, a teleportation circle only activates if you do something to it, right? Like it would not activate if we stood upon it.
Oh no. That would be way too convenient. No. You can't. That's a whole different spell. That's a whole different class of spells, probably, to have just completely open portal to another, well, either point or dimension, or you can open portals to a great many places, but
You said
that
the
is a
magic
different type of magic.
wanted to be cast.
It's been so long since it's been removed from all the world except here. Maybe it grows weary of its disuse.
Do you have any sense of what it wants to be used for?
No, just a vague sense of restlessness. Rob, feel free to cut me off if anything doesn't feel like it's tracking.
I will.
All right.
If you say something that you clearly is wrong, I will fix it. If it's reasonable speculation, right or wrong, I'll let you go.
Cool. A vague sense of restlessness. Yeah, power wants to be wielded.
And so, like, time out here. So, remind me, it's been so long since we talked about this tower. The tower is holding the forbidden magic. Or did it release the forbidden magic?
This is the site of forbidden magic, which was once bound here.
But is no longer bound here.
It is no longer bound. Necrotic is bound here because forbidden has been released.
But the necrotic is clearly not being effectively bound if it's leeching down the mountain.
Right. But necrotic magic cannot be used by spellcasters.
Ah. Okay.
We did speculate that perhaps the entire tower itself had been teleported by the circle. So I would want to look for any evidence that would support or oppose that theory.
And I would be interested in looking for any kind of runes or any indication of like how the tower had been used to do the binding.
All right. That sounds like investigation checks all around.
I got a 3.
And I got 10.
All right. Let's start with the 3. You get up to the base, and Ray starts kind of looking around, and there's runes carved on just about every one of the intact blocks that make up the remaining of the foundation.
Okay.
Most of the runes look very similar to the types of runes, those ancient Futhark runes
That the lady used.
Exactly. And that Diana recently learned how to use as well.
Okay.
Um, you kind of sort through the rubble as you're doing it, and you realize some of these shattered pieces have broken pieces of runes on them, and they were likely once part of the foundation and have just either in its severing and its teleporting broke.
Okay.
They could have been broken to allow it to be teleported, or they could have just been here and broken from storms or
Yeah.
undead or whatever. So, um, yeah, there are pieces of the tower around as well.
Okay.
Phineas, you take your time. You move carefully around the base, and you're able to identify uh, this permanent teleportation circle that is etched into the stones. On the interior of this tower area, there are no Futhark runes in the way that there are on the outside that making up the foundational rocks. This floor was flat, with the exception of this inscription. Um, and it seems untouched by time and weather.
Would that be typical of a teleportation circle? Like, does a teleportation circle kind of imbue that sense of maintenance or permanence?
In theory, once it's made permanent, which takes like a year of effort,
Hmm.
it would endure, but that doesn't mean like you could break if you did it on a tavern floor, you could shatter the tavern floor. Um,
Okay.
so there's clearly something protecting it, making it enduring here.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, so that was gonna be one of my questions was whether it's intact, but very clearly so.
Mhm. It is currently not active.
Um,
You can tell that much as well.
that's good. Okay. If I let's just not ritual cast. Let's just cast detect magic. Do I see? Yeah, do I see anything around here other than necrotic?
You immediately see the necrotic, and you pick up on the forbidden as well.
Okay.
The teleportation circle is conjuration,
Okay.
but it's blended with the forbidden magic.
Interesting.
Nothing about the circle or the magic that creates the circle or that sustains the circle has anything to do with necrotic magic. But
Hmm.
you can see leaking out from the ground, the necrotic magic flows in all directions from this mountaintop.
This tower must have been quite a marvel when it was, still here. The circle itself seems untouched,
Um,
oddly so.
you
Do
said
I see any evidence that the tower itself got moved? I'm trying to think what I'd be looking for to figure that out.
All right.
is there any indication that there is a beneath, like there's something below the tower?
Give me survival.
Okay. $13.
So it's a mountaintop, so realistically, there could be a basement.
Yeah.
There's no footprints or evidence of a door or anything that would indicate how to get down there. But
Well, you said, Phineas, that it appears that the necrotic is emanating from below the tower, correct? Phineas? Oh, he's chewing. Okay.
yeah, sorry.
Sorry. From below the tower. Yeah.
Does it seem to be centered in a certain location below the tower? I wonder if there's something below ground.
So I just kind of circle. Do I see anything that would be evidence of maybe an illusion to doorway or magic? I guess I'm probably looking for illusion or something that would be concealing another entrance. I guess it could just be buried in, your typical rock and dust or whatever.
Um, Now, that if you're searching kind of around the tower rather than on the tower itself, you can give me
Mhm.
another investigation check. Unless you have like masonry tools, and then you'd have like proficiency with masonry tools.
Ooh, I got a
25.
nat 20.
Oh, look at you.
You already looked here.
Oh, damn it. Can I keep my nat 20 for my next roll?
What would you like to roll it on?
I don't know. Let me think.
Okay.
25.
Yeah, kind of circling around, you find this very bizarre part, and you notice that the runes here aren't saying anything. You may not have learned the language, but looking at the map, looking at all of the Futhark runes, there was always a pattern. There was always something. They were intentional. There's probably 20 or so of these patterns on the far side, kind of like on this lower area. They may not even be Futhark. They're there.
Almost like scrawlings or.
Right. If you don't know what you're looking for, they would just match everything else.
Okay. And they're just kind of around a certain area?
They're all kind of clustered together.
Kind of clustered together. Okay.
Remember, each brick has at least one marking on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there indication of like where a doorway once stood on the
Nothing.
base? Okay.
Okay.
Even that was likely taken. There was kind of like a stairs up, so you figured the tower was probably like another 3 to 5 feet worth of stairs, and that's where the entrance would have been.
And if I kind of put my hand, or let's not put my hand, if I kind of step on the area around these, does anything happen?
Nothing seems to respond to you. Your presence.
Okay. Then I am. Okay, burn another spell slot instead of waiting for the ritual, and we're going to cast Comprehend Languages and see
Ooh.
whether that brings any of this nonsense into focus.
That's fun.
The runes begin blurring, and rather than much like it had as you tried to do this before, they resist your magic. Those runes that were not runes, those, however, twist. And you start to put them together, and you can piece it all together, and it just says push. But the legitimate Futhark runes, they
Nothing.
refuse
Yeah.
to allow you to read them.
Ray, are you pushing or am I? Because apparently that's what we ought to do.
Knowing nothing about anything, I'm inclined to say I should push with my insignia hand.
I'm just gonna be ready to throw my chaos weapon if I need to.
Nice.
And I'm gonna have my weapon in my other hand.
Nice.
Exactly.
Ray takes her hand and puts it on there, and Nothing responds. You feel the vibration. You feel the reaction, but it's no different. It's just a continuation. And you push, and nothing happens. Is this where you want to use your nat 20?
Sure.
You close your eyes and focus, and finding this center, you lean into it, and you lean in heavy, and in with a fairly impressive flex of your muscles, your feet grounded in the stonework. These 10 or so bricks all impress at once
Okay.
and then collapse in on themselves and fall to the floor. None of them shatter, none of them break. Um, you're pretty sure that if you really wanted to, you could just piece them all back together into this seamless whole. But you've created a small opening that if you ducked, you could, in realistically, get in.
And this is leading to the underground.
Beneath, yep, this is probably a 15-foot diameter underneath.
Well, it seems our next course of action has been chosen for us.
All right. Do we explore this tonight or tomorrow morning? Although this may actually be a good place to hole up for the night, assuming it's not going to close us in.
Do either of you have dark vision?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Oh, shoot. I got create
Yes.
bonfire.
I have dark vision.
All right. As you look in and your eyes adjust to the darkness, it's not too much of an adjustment because it's really starting to get dark outside. You see that in the center of this under cavern, it's only about 4 feet high. So you will have to crouch to be within it. There is some strange apparatus. Something
Phineas,
you've
are you
never seen
seeing
before.
this?
Have I seen this before? Is that what you're asking, right?
Neither of you have ever seen.
I'm just
anything.
asking if you're seeing it at all.
Oh, if I'm seeing it at all. Well, not very well.
You can kind of tell that there's probably a thing in the middle.
Yeah, there's something.
Are you interested in continuing to
Hold on.
investigate?
Ray, is there enough space? Like, if I make a bonfire, am I gonna set the entire room on fire? Can you see?
Just light a freaking torch?
Oh, I guess I could do that. That's boring, Ray. He pulls out a torch and uses create bonfire to set the torch on fire.
There it is. That's what we would always hope for.
That's technically not rules as written, but you know.
I'm so for it. It's he does that classic flamethrower bit where you go
Yep.
and yeah. So with the torchlight in there, both of you can pretty much make out that this is a contraption made of some sort of metal that you're not familiar with.
So we don't know what the metal is, or we
You don't know what the metal is. You don't know what the purpose of the metal is, and you're really not sure why it's here. The closest thing that you can attribute this contraption to is somewhere between a loom for weaving and a spinning wheel or a it looks like there's some way that this should wrap and hold and move, and it just is inert.
I suspect it's not an accident that this place imbued with such powerful magic appears to have perhaps a literal connection to the weave. I can't say I don't know what this thing is, but the similarities are not lost on me.
Did I get a sense at all? I assume my channel divinity is not still up, but did I get
No,
a sense
it's
if
a
there was
momentary
like
thing.
a hallowed under the ground, or if it was just the
area is.
Okay. Are there any markings on it?
Moving into the underground, you're both hunched, kind of almost creeping in to be able to see it, and there's Futhark all over this thing. Symbols you've seen, symbols you haven't seen. This is just ripe with forbidden magic. So Phineas, even with your ability to read the language, it's
Right.
almost nauseating how heavily the language is resisting your determination to read it.
That's very
Okay.
interesting.
Well, then, what I am going to do is, I think we have to call it a night. But before I go to bed, I'm going to pull out my notebook and I'm going to scroll down all these Futhark runes as neatly as I can, so that I can investigate them, study them later, take them to people who know Futhark runes. I've got calligrapher. I have proficiency with calligrapher supplies. I should be pretty decent at this.
You've got this. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You've got the time.
Cool.
But by the time you're done, the sun has fully set. The moonlight you can see shining outside. You've got a pretty solid drawing of this contraption and the runes all over it. What else would you like to do?
I would like to leave some kind of light down here so that if we're not staying down here, we can see if this contraption does something.
Okay.
Does it look like there's a moving piece on it somehow?
It looks like there's something missing. And that if it was connected correctly, the gears, the wheels, the spindle, the pieces should be able to move. But whatever tied them together is missing.
And is there any indication?
There was something missing when we were down at the bottom of the mountain with what's her name? It wasn't.
Mayor?
It was like the student down at the tower and the observatory and everything. Like I fixed trying to remember what it was at this point.
The orrery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it look similar to that?
In the way that there's a very specific set.
No.
Yes. It's not as simple as just
Sorry,
putting the right rock.
In the sense that there's a very simple, and then you cut out, and I lost a bunch of.
Oh, sorry.
On our Twitch. It's fine.
My headphones are also dying. So it's not as simple as putting a rock to make it balance, but it could be. Whatever is missing is the key. So.
Okay.
And there's no indication that it pushes or pulls anything when it's working? Like it's not connected to the tower in some way?
Give me an investigation check.
I'm pretty sure that's a dirty 20.
You start looking around
19, I'm sorry.
19. You start looking around the room. And the only thing that catches your eye that seems out of place is a very, very fine pinhole that is directly above the loom.
Okay.
As you start to kind of piece it together, it probably pierces this direct center of the teleportation circle. So it's almost impossible. It would be impossible for you to maneuver your head in a way to look up it.
Yeah.
But in theory, it would be possible.
And is it the bit that does the piercing that is missing, or is it another bit?
Give me a history check. Unless you have Taylor's tools proficiency or something Weaver's tools proficiency.
I have custom tool 1, don't you know?
I say that's probably not it.
15 on my history.
The way a loom would work is there's got to be a spool where the thread or yarn comes from.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what's missing from this peculiar apparatus.
Okay.
So it's not that there's a metal piece that would go up. It's more like there's
a magical string or a string of magic
that is gone.
I gotta find that lying around.
Well, find the tower, find the magic.
Yeah.
It's almost as though the magic is bound in the machine.
Well, I mean, machines can be used to channel magic, certainly. It doesn't mean that the machines are controlling the magic.
Then maybe the magic is in the piece that's missing?
That seems fairly likely.
Rob, does it seem to indicate...
Hold, please. My audio just... Say hello.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Well, that's weird.
Hello,
Nathan,
hello.
can you talk?
What?
Hello, 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 hello. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Settings. There we go. All right, I can hear you guys.
Hello. Okay.
This is taking more than the half hour I expected.
I know. I was literally just trying to prevent myself from saying, like, remember when this was supposed to be a half hour?
Yeah. I'm glad you guys got the full session.
And there's nothing indicating that it's pulling anything from the ground, right?
No, it doesn't seem to have any sort of connection to the ground other than being essentially rooted in the mountain itself.
All right. Well, we should probably take some notes about this, but we ought to get some rest and see whether fresh light, fresh eyes tell us anything. Let's see anything that we missed.
Was there any change in what was there any change in how it looked or reacted when the moonlight came out?
The machine? No.
Huh. Is there...
And you guys haven't been outside since the moon rose.
Yeah. My other thought is, I wonder if there is something to do with the position of the moon and the pinhole. But I don't know.
I don't know.
If we poke our heads out, is there any indication of undead?
Give me perception checks. Unless you're using your divine sense.
No.
So
I got a 13.
that's a 16.
There's no motion around you. There's two things that kind of pique your interest. There's now a glowing from on top of the tower base.
Okay.
And then
We saw that glowing from afar, right?
You
Yeah.
and then
From when we were looking up through the spyglass, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Phineas, you hear muffled voices.
Muffled voices. Okay, I have any idea what they're saying, where they seem to be coming from?
They seem to be coming from the tower base above you. They're very quiet. You couldn't hear them while you were inside, but as you kind of like got out of underneath and the obstruction of having a stone floor between you,
Do I hear the voices?
Quiet Ray. Someone is near. I don't know who. At this point, I'm afraid to find out.
How do you know?
Phineas, you hear a conversation. It's not just one voice.
Can't you hear them?
No.
Give me another perception check now that he's pointing it out.
Me? Okay. No better. That's like a 9.
I'm not gonna. Can I make out anything of what they're saying?
Was that a no? You can't make out what they're saying?
Correct.
I'm afraid to go out and find out that they are not people that we want to deal with. Hold on while I just consider what my options are.
Is it possible that they're not here, but they're where the tower is?
They seem to be on the base, but I suppose it's anything's possible, although I think that's less likely than maybe. Well, no, but we don't have any evidence that anyone's ever been here.
And why wouldn't they have, if somebody came up after us, why wouldn't they have come down after us?
I'm not sure I follow that one.
So, like, if there are actually
followed you down underneath.
Yeah, if there are actual people on the base, why wouldn't they have like come down and followed us underneath the tower?
I see.
And how did we not see them at all on the trip?
Okay, hold on. We are going to use.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm being chewed upon.
Hold, please. I think I want to use detect thoughts to interrogate this a little bit.
Woohoo!
Nice.
So I'm just going through my spell book. Yeah. So we're going to use flash recall, and where do I check that off? There's flash recall. Okay. And we are going to trade. What am I trading? I'm going to trade Chaos Winds for Detect Thoughts for the time being. Okay, so then I can sense the presence. Let's see. Let me just mark off the spell slot before I forget that I've done it. So I can. Oh, it's a creature that I can see if I actually want to read them.
But you can use the sense thoughts just to see if there's a
See whether
person.
they are actually present or whether
Correct.
it's some sort of illusion.
Yeah,
Spells
this is
blocked by a foot of stone, dirt, or wood, an inch of metal, or a thin sheet of lead, which means I probably do need to poke my head out of this. But don't need to go too far out. I feel like it can go around corners.
Yeah.
Or something.
I'll allow it, and I'm also giving you inspiration because that was some primo wizarding right there.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's how
feels
it's done.
good.
You immediately sense Ray.
Okay.
Poking your head out, you hear the voices a little more clearly. Not enough to distinguish words, but definitely speech patterns. There's two, maybe three voices talking, but there's no people. There's no one here.
Yeah. Perhaps
So
you're right. There's no one. No one but you, anyway. Which makes me all the more curious.
Should we go stand on the tower and say hello?
I'm trying to process through all the possibilities. It could be a trap of some sort.
But
Or
a
it
trap.
could be an illusion, a harmless illusion, or perhaps a portal, as you were positing earlier.
It just doesn't seem. It seems as though a trap set upon this mountain would have fared the same way as the device below the mountain. Seems as though a trap would have failed by now.
I mean, the magic on the teleportation circle keeps it intact and has not failed. So I don't. Well, I see what you're saying. I don't think it would be unprecedented for a trap to continue working.
But you did not see any kind of illusion magic when
correct.
you checked
No.
earlier.
And most trap magic is evocation magic, and that was not here either.
Okay. Well, the moon is high in the sky. This may be our only. We wanted to know what the moon brought out on this mountain on the tower. This may be our only opportunity to find out. So
we must take a leap of faith. We were brought here at this time for a purpose.
let's not be foolish. Prepare for the worst. We've already died once today.
Correct. I'd rather not meet that god again, let me tell you.
Okay.
We've already died once today.
That's a great line.
I guess I'll go first.
If you are comfortable with that. I feel as though it is my job to protect you, and I'm not opposed to going first.
You know, I suspect they'll see the both of us in pretty short order. So,
If there is anything to see.
although you have a higher AC, so maybe you should go.
There you go. All right. Tank first, wizard behind. Good choices.
Hold on, I'm pretty sure I need to equip a shield or something.
Probably a good idea as
Shield.
well.
Yeah, now
Um,
I have a 18 AC.
Yeah, you go first.
You know
Much-
what?
I got.
You know what? I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna put on my chainmail.
you have the time. You might as well go all the way in.
Because right now I'm a hefty 12,
Okay, well I'm a 19 now, so.
and
There you
mage armor doesn't exist in this world.
Oh no.
It does not.
Yeah, it's brutal.
So,
Oh no.
all right. Clink clank. You step out, jingling, jangling, shield up, and chainmail swinging. Um, you crawl out of this hole.
Man.
And start looking around, peeking up and over. And the teleportation circle is a light with magic and just this conjuring. Phineas, you follow her a moment after, and you can both see through the portal. It's almost as if these two places are in the same place at once. You can see this circle. You can see right through this, but in that same image, you can see a room. It seems fairly destitute. It's kind of like a white gray stone. The circle is different, but also the same. So you can very quickly realize that this teleportation circle has linked to a different teleportation circle. You both now hear the voices very clearly. There's no one in this room. The room is very, very small.
Okay.
Both of you could fit there. But it's probably it's almost as if it's like been cut in half. So it's closer to like a semicircle. And the teleportation circle is in the middle, and then there's wings on either side, maybe about 5 feet around it.
Does it look like a tower?
It's clearly a tower. It's clearly not this tower.
It's clearly not the tower that was here, or is that clear that we are looking through something to a different tower?
It is clearly not the same stone
Okay.
that this base and tower was made of.
Okay.
You are not seeing through this portal to the top of this tower.
Got it.
You are seeing and hearing somewhere else. You want to make some Arcana checks, or do you want to ask some questions, see if there's Arcana checks to be made?
Is it?
Or do you jump? Like, I mean, I'm totally down for whatever. Like,
I mean, you know.
we've got 3 minutes.
Can we see where the pinhole is from the outside?
You can't. It looks like it's probably been covered up by dirt. So if you wanted to step in and try and excavate it, you would need a very, very fine tool to do so. But you can very easily kind of framework that it's there.
Okay. And with it being there, does it look like it's particularly within the moon's beam or outside the moon's beam? Does it look like it's close? Like, is there any indication that, like, the pinhole relates to the position of the moon?
Oddly enough, you see a string.
Coming out of the hole?
Going into the hole. Not this hole, though.
What do you make of that string?
Wasn't here before, I don't think.
I'm pretty sure it's whatever is happening there. wherever there is. Do we recognize the voices that we're hearing?
You do not.
Okay.
And they're not clear enough. They're not in that room.
Okay. I was like half expecting it to be like the other crowd.
Yeah.
I am trying to figure out what Arcana questions I should be asking about this. Like, it seems fairly obvious that's connected to the phase of the moon and what the moon is doing, as an obvious assumption. I don't know what Arcana question I could ask that would say, what is that place on the other side?
Well, I think I would
be reading the teleportation circle.
Yeah, and I'd be trying to figure out if it's normal for a teleportation circle to like open and remain open as a portal.
Great.
To
This
another
is
place.
fairly obviously abnormal, right?
Right.
Sorry, say that again, Rob. I interrupted.
Right. I'm gonna have an Arcana from Ray.
Okay. Bad.
Is it more than 5?
No.
No. Then this doesn't make sense. Maybe this is how it works. You've never played with one?
Okay. Yeah,
Cool.
let's see if we can read the teleportation circle and see if we can figure out where the other side is or how long it would remain open. That's the other question that seems pressing.
Nice. All right. Give me an investigation or Arcana. From
You know it's gonna be Arcana. 22.
Great. You were already able to scribe the runes from your earlier visit through the teleportation through the spyglass. So, kind of doing a once around without actually touching it, you see there are only 2 nuanced differences between the circle that is here and the circle that is there, but here. You see the moon in its waxing gibbous form. And it's what's above you. It's what's carved into the stone. In that exact position.
Here?
Okay. Here. In that exact position, overlaying through the teleportation, is the full moon.
And remind me, do we know what the full moon tower is yet?
It's the tower where Diana and Ada grew up.
That's what I thought.
So, okay. So the question is, are we seeing to that tower, the full moon tower, or no, well, okay. I don't know how astronomy works. I'm like, or is there another part of the world where this would be a full moon?
Well, my other question would be...
I don't think it works like that, though.
My other question would be, how would it connect to that tower over any other tower?
So the specific writings, you wouldn't know this. Phineas might be able to figure this out eventually, or if you took the spell. But I'll give you what a 23 would kind of know. The way each and every teleportation circle has a specific name. And that's what the edging is there. So the name of this circle is unique to itself. And what it seems is unique about this is it can be used in the traditional manner of receiving or sending. But what's here is it also has this specific link to this other circle.
Okay.
And based on the other set of writings that don't match up. The other circle is also linked to a different circle as well.
Okay.
Wait, so the other circle will be connected to both this one and a different one?
Mm-hmm.
But this one is
So
only connected to one.
Give me an investigation.
doesn't feel like that tracks. So I'm definitely investigate that. That's a 15 plus, I think 6 is 21. Yeah.
All right. Looking at that second set of mismatched runes, this stone circle has the first quarter moon laid out, whereas the other one has the waning gibbous moon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this one would be connected to the quarter moon
And the full moon.
and the full moon, right? So it seems logical to assume that probably all the towers are connected in some sort of a sequence such that
Yeah.
depending on the time of year, you could easily move from one to the other without having to traverse very much at all.
And
And
how does it disappearing impact this? Because it's only visible during certain moon phases.
well, this would be visible during 2 different moon phases.
But isn't this tower only visible during one moon phase?
Well, the necrotic magic is only active during one moon phase. I'm not sure that we would necessarily be able to see the portal from the observatory during the quarter moon phase, or maybe no one just cared to look because, well, it's not super interesting then. I think I think we ought to take a leap of faith because if the odds are good that it is the same tower where Ada and Diana's people come from, it may be our safest path off the mountain.
And then what? We leave all of our belongings and our horses? I suppose we would have to.
Do we still have horses?
Yeah, they're in the town. We basically told them if we don't come back in like 5 days that they're theirs now.
Well, I owe a guy some scrolls, so
Okay.
that's supposed to return all these when everything I didn't use when I was done.
That's
I'm
kind of one.
certainly curious to see what is on the other side, and
It feels important. It feels as though there are more answers there than there are here.
if we are correct, it does give us a much clearer picture of how all of these towers are connected, or at least it begins filling in the picture of how all of these towers are connected. And we're only going to have this opportunity to find out.
Is there anything else we want to look at before we jump in?
I think we investigate this pretty well.
We have a drawing of the different runes on the machine. We have a drawing of the teleportation circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we want a drawing of any of the runes around the base?
I'm not sure if we have time for that.
Have you ever done a charcoal rubbing?
I'm not sure we have time for that.
How many are there?
Hundreds.
Bunch, right? Yeah.
Well, at least we have a concept of we might be able to return here easily.
Yes. If we are correct.
Well,
Or we could be walking into a hell. Who's to say?
we've already been there today. What's another
Speak
one?
for yourself.
He was having a good nap.
I was not.
Alright. Phineas reaches out his hand to Ray. Shall we?
She grabs it, and they step
Here
inside.
we go.
And you step through the portal. It's a little jarring because for a moment you're in both places at once. And while you're in the portal, you do feel as if your body and your mind are being separated.
Mm-mm.
Stepping out of the portal and into this very empty room, this very forgotten room. Dust has settled here. No one has walked here in untold times.
Clarification question.
Yes.
When we stepped through the portal, did we step onto the base of a tower or did we step into the underneath of a tower?
Onto the base.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool.
You can see there is a string here that runs right through the portals. And as you look back, you can see the old base in the same way you saw this one overlaid. You can now see that one overlaid. You can only see the edges of the base, however. You can see the few stones that rise over. Everything beyond is blocked from sight.
Interesting.
You can't see past the base. It's just darkness. Not even night.
Just
Black.
emptiness.
As if that circle and the base of that tower were hovering in space.
Which, like, it kind of is in a way.
Kind of, yeah. So here in this room, it is, I guess if you start to measure out, it's not exactly half of a circle. It's probably more of the physical dimensions of a waxing gibbous moon. The center of the room is the teleportation circle, and running straight up through the center, the thread vanishes in the ceiling above you as well as down below.
Interesting. Is it thread? Does it look like thread?
It looks like thread. Right here, right now, you realize that you're trapped. There are no windows. There is no door. You are in a forgotten room of a tower somewhere. The only light you have is the magic glowing from this teleportation circle.
Is there any idea where the voices we heard came
They're
from?
pretty clear now. You can even hear the footsteps of people moving up and down a staircase on the other side of the partial wall. Does that make sense when I say a partial wall? Like the full tower circle is like that perfect part of a sphere, and this is kind of like a yeah. So you would assume that there's a staircase going just here within a perfect circle.
Okay.
Okay. Would it be reasonable? Would be reasonable if, like, is the portal like blocking the remainder of the room right now?
No, the portal's in the middle, and there's like a 5 foot wide kind of like walk
Okay.
And
like
are we on the edge of the portal now? Like, did it teleport us to like the edge?
yeah, it kind of like stepped you out of it.
So the question is whether we want to go Edgar Allan Poe and be the beating heart in the walls until someone opens them up, or we open them up for ourselves,
I
or
mean,
whether
is
we
there
want to
any
be.
writing?
Do you guys want to keep going? It's 10:15.
I'm good.
I feel like we're approaching a critical point, and I'm good for a few more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You start kind of looking around, and the only writing you see here is New Futhark. You still have
Question.
comprehend languages up? It's like 10 minutes.
It's like 10 minutes. Yeah.
I
So
don't think you
probably
cast any
not
spells.
anymore.
Oh yeah,
Huh.
that was outside of the base. Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah. Let's cast it again though.
So this is kind of written on the wall, more of like maybe in like not necessarily a chalk, but almost a paint. Your eyes focus, and you place your hand on the wall, and the letters start to reaffix themselves into a language you can understand, and you realize that this is old. No one's been in here for hundreds of years. The writing on this wall here is a curse. It says, "Those who walk the path, the dark path of the moon, following in the shadow of the night, they will find me, and they will succumb to my blade. They will succumb to the darkness. They will join the fight in the shadow of the moon. Come, come, come into the darkness."
Oh, I hate that.
Question. So this like room that looks like it's a moon phase.
Mm-hmm.
Does this look like the same moon phase that the tower we just came from was?
Yes.
Interesting. So we could very well be in the same tower. It's just in its new location.
No, I mean, it would be really bizarre for the
Okay.
base of the tower to be made out of a like sandstone, and the top of the tower to be made out of a near marble.
Okay. So we still haven't found the lost tower, but we found
You
some
still have
information.
not found the lost tower, but you know that the lost tower is definitely lost or stolen.
Or destroyed through whatever removed the thread.
Correct.
So I think the question is, do we want to try and break our way into whatever building we've come into, or do we want to go back?
I have another question. If this tower is connected to two towers, what other tower is it connected to?
The symbol that mismatched was the waning gibbous. So you just arrived from the waxing gibbous. You're in the full moon. The next hour would be the waning gibbous.
Yeah.
I almost wonder if we should see if we can get to the next one.
We're gonna be waiting weeks, right?
Days.
Days.
Well, I mean,
Just-
like, couldn't we just step back into the portal and see if it takes us to the next tower?
You can clearly see that it's on the other side of this open portal is the lost tower.
So it
Yeah.
is connected to two, but only open
But
to
not
each
at the
one
same
during a
time.
set period of time.
Right.
Got it. Can you tell what those people are saying outside?
me a perception check.
19.
19. It sounds like a pair of female voices. They're talking about the monsters and preparing for the full moon. You hear them talking about storing up food for the nights ahead.
Well, at least this seems to be a well-inhabited area, not a desolate area. I honestly think that we ought to take our odds here rather than take our odds of jumping off a cliff on the other side.
Can you pull out the map?
Do I have a map? I guess we make a copy of Hal's
Make a
map.
copy of it, yeah.
Okay. What are you looking for on the map?
So the location of the full moon tower is here on the map.
Uh-huh.
Can you tell if the voices you're hearing are speaking the languages of that area?
Give me a very low history check.
15?
Yeah, totally. They have that a Norse accent to their common language, very, very similar to both Ada and Diana.
Yeah.
And
It all
do we know if marble is a common building material in this area?
I'm gonna be honest, I feel like all the signs are pointing the right direction already. Like, I'm not sure
True.
how much we need to interrogate this when everything seems to be lining up.
Okay.
I wasn't much of a craftsman myself. I don't really know. My father never quizzed me on the kind of marble that was used in the Norse lands. It wasn't really a priority.
Does your ability to interpret language indicate any exit?
There's a riddle, but an exit doesn't seem to be among it. We're definitely gonna scare some people.
And
I mean,
do we
good
see...
news, there's no dead bodies here.
Okay.
Right.
So no one got trapped in here and died.
Yeah.
We gotta get that going for us.
Do we see any of like the specific marks that looked like what said push earlier?
Nope.
And are there runes all around? It's just
It was
one.
just one writing, as if somebody who was in here decided to leave that message.
Okay.
And so we start banging on the walls.
My only other thought would be something related to the string.
You would
The
have to go
strings-
back into the teleportation circle
Which would just send us right back. Yeah.
if you wanted to get to the string.
Up to you, Ray.
What does the curse say again?
I would have to go back and listen. Basically, come into the darkness, into the shadow of the moon. Come to me, come to me.
Okay. And you said the top of the tower is another pinhole.
Right. So you are clearly not at the bottom, nor are you at the top. You are somewhere within the tower.
And there's no indication of an entry point.
None.
Well, clearly somebody got in here and out of here at one point. Do you have the ability to speak into the minds of others, Phineas?
Not through walls. Well,
Not through walls.
Darn.
Certainly not if I don't know who's on the other side.
Well, if one assumes that the stairs are there, then perhaps we should be investigating the side where the partial wall comes in on each side.
Yeah, let's see if we can find a secret door.
all right. Sounds like the escape plan is for next time.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right, my friends, we
Hey.
are successfully out of the land of the undead. Only
Thank
losing
goodness.
2 major artifacts in the process.
Oh, hush.
Exactly, it's not that big a deal. And in theory, we have put half of our party where our party's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. In theory.
Yay. That's
So-
what I was thinking. I was trying not to metagame, but I'm like, yeah, this feels like we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, 100%. I figured that we were going to walk through a portal of some sort.
It wasn't required. But
Well,
those mechanics waiting for you to get there.
you know, we saw a lot of interesting stuff. I'm not sure what to make of a lot of it, but
Yeah.
I think we probably found about as much as we could reasonably be expected to find at the top of the tower there.
I feel like we're probably missing like one key element that we just forgot to ask about.
Nothing that I was planning.
Okay.
We're early enough in things that we're just collecting puzzle pieces right now.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you got some big pieces of the
Alright.
puzzle, so congrats. Well done.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were going to make it underneath, so that was, especially with that 6 investigation, so that was a good follow-up. Well done.
Yeah.
Taking the time to get through that.
Ow, 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 ow. Why are you so mean?
Well, on that note, we will see you at some point, life permitting. Life is crazy. Thank you for bearing with us. Thank you to those of you who have showed up today. We'll keep playing as we can, and we'll keep figuring out what we can figure out. And we hope that you will join us next time. But until then, have a good night, everybody.
Bye.